Hey folks, this is BestInSlot. Welcome to our tour of the Florida Everglades National Dinosaur Park here in Jurassic World Evolution. I will be your tour guide today as we fly around on an invisible, silent helicopter. Just pretend it makes sense. And my name shall be Bojangles. So, welcome to our tour. The whole point of this tour was to build a park with most of the enclosures representing the Floridian Everglades. All the dinosaurs within all of these enclosures are based on real life species, and that's about it. I thought it'd be pretty cool, so we're going to take a little look at that today. So, as you first enter through the entrance, you're really only given two options, and this one's not meant to be an option. This is actually a staff gate. As you can see, it leads to a burning monorail building. That's cool. That's totally on purpose. That just takes you down to the staff area. That's closed for now, so to stop staff using it, we set it on fire. So your only real path is to head straight forward and onto another monorail, which seems, you'll be like, oh god, another monorail, blah blah blah. But not only does it take you to the center of the park, but it takes you through the biggest and most Everglade resembling exhibit we have in the entire park. Sparsely populated though it may be, it's a nice introduction into the feel of the Everglades, and through the power of my magical helicopter, we today can get nice and close. Let's speed up a little bit there, shall we? So you can see a couple of species knocking around. We're going to show those in a second, but basically there's not many trees. These cypress trees only pop up every now and again. They don't really have much ground to get purchased on. There's a lot of water in sort of tunnels and snaky bits and wishy-washy bits. These are all official terms. I see you getting your phone out, Billy. Put the bloody phone away. This is a no-phone tour. Please don't Google the things I say on the tour. It's my first day, okay? Bojangles is a new person to work at Jurassic World. Anyways. So the water kind of snakes between these pockets of verdant, lush territory. And that's the general idea in the Everglades. Now, let's meet the three species we have in this inaugural habitat. You can see there two of our suchomimuses. We actually have four suchomimuses in the park, but they do tend to form little breeding pairs. You can see we've got one here, and we also have another one over there screaming about such and such. It has started to rain, but that's okay. We're in an invisible magical helicopter. We're going to be fine. So the suchomimus is of course meant to represent the American crocodile. That was so bad. An American classic though, the American crocodile. I felt the suchomimus, I didn't, I'm just a humble tour guide, but the genius park designers over at InGen felt that the American crocodile was best resembled by the low, sleek nature and that crocodilian-looking skull of the suchomimus. We do have two more species. I got a little glimpse of some of them over there. We have a rare opportunity here, however, to see these American crocodiles feasting from our fish feeder. A rare treat, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very, very lucky. I'll have to do for an angle. There you go, see how it snaps down, wrangles the fish around a little bit. It would love to do a death roll, but it's ashamed of its death roll, you know. Now here what they do is they leave the head in the water, mouth open, they wait for a fish to swim very close nearby, and that lets them snap very, very quickly, and then they just shove that down their gullet. They're very popular, the suchomimuses. We do have some more dinosaurs over there in the distance, as you can see, looking positively moist. These are our ankylosauruses, meant to represent really various turtles present in the Everglades. Kuta turtles, which I think is a fantastic word. It's one of the prime examples. These ankylosauruses actually look rather brilliant in my opinion. They are only possible because of a recent expansion pack. I know that doesn't make sense in that, oh, he's looking right at us. Nobody move. Nobody move. Okay, he's gone back for a drink. That's okay. We do actually have more colours of Ankylosaurus. Yes, this one over here is my favourite, ladies and gentlemen. This lovely green colour, only possible thanks to the Return to Jurassic Park expansion pack released last December. Now, does that make sense for me to say as a tour guide for my real life park? No, it doesn't. We're going to roll with the punches here. We're breaking the fourth wall. Anyways, we do have a third species. You may not have seen it. It is the smallest dinosaur in our entire park, and I think the only way we're actually going to spot the bloody thing. There we go, right there. And it's going into the water. Perfect. We can actually see the bloody thing. So the Compsognathus is actually the least specific animal in the entire park. It is meant to just represent various species of birds that you would find in the Florida Everglades. They all come in myriad colours, shapes and sizes, but these are all the small birds, various different species, various different colours that you would find in the area. They are a pain in the ass to keep a hang off. All the other animals in the park are going to be a little bit more specific going forward. So let's hop back onto the monorail path like so. We're going to snake along here. Ooh, hold on to your hats. Ooh, this is a roller coaster portion of the tour. And here you get to enter the main park itself. We're going to zoom up into the air and have a little look and an overview. So the monorail drops you off at the main entrance, which is somehow been coloured green for a second. That's pretty cool, very helpful. And from there the park splays out in a sort of spiderweb circle around the visitor centre main area, and most of it is a walking tour. We want to get people back on their feet, walking about, scooting about, whatever they want to do. So we're going to land right here. Shebang. Look at all these happy people being cut in half by helicopter rotor blades. The dream. We have a greenhouse. We are 100% organic with our food here at the Florida Everglades National Dinosaur Park. If you ignore all the non-organic food we also have. Very good. We're very proud of that stat. And we're going to head over this way first. I'm going to introduce you to the park in the order in which these dinosaurs were added. As we walk around the park, you will see various areas just like this. Now, what you might not know is this park was actually built on a very similar site to the Everglades, which meant it was moist as all. Don't know what word I want to use there. It was moist, let's put it that way. So in order to counter that, we've built myriad bridges going across the waterways throughout the park. I know it doesn't look like a bridge, but you're going to have to use your bloody imaginations, alright? Moving on. Over there we have our aviary, containing various storks. We'll take a look at that in a little bit, because I've just realised I forgot to check what stork species it was. Fantastic. And we're going to swing over our Jurassic tour here. Now this is actually a pretty cool Jurassic tour. These these large trucks will actually take you between two separate exhibits, but today you get a special helicopter tour. So let's take a little look, see what we can see. And already you can see we have a bit of a traffic jam over here. The truck tour has been stopped, but the animals are returning to their natural habitat. These large, chunky, grey animals, what could they be? Everglades, large, chunky, grey animals? They are, of course, manatees. Yes, the classic manatee has arrived in our park. Not only are they big, chunky, and grey, they are Ceratops in reality, but the top of them actually has moss growing across them because these are so slow-moving animals, just like the sloth in reality. I'll stop saying in reality, then the moss actually grows across their body, and I believe there are plant life out there that will grow on manatees, so this is a very scientifically realistic habitat. The manatees do not live alone, however. They do have a small critter helping them out, maybe picking food off their rotting bodies when they die. We're an optimistic tour here. But it's Bojangles' first day, and Bojangles is very confused. I will say Bojangles, myself, I'm not going to refer to myself in the third person, is not flying the helicopter. That's done by a very talented pilot. This is really annoying me. Very talented pilot. Satsuma. So, Satsuma is flying the helicopter, and I am narrating for you folks at home. Now, if we look over here, finally we have a spot, a nice dramatic view there, thank you Satsuma, of our Troodons. Now these are meant to represent the great egret, a lovely medium-sized bird present in the Florida Everglades with that great sort of grey colouring on their body. I was going to say they've all disappeared, but we have another one right here as well. There you go. A great egret. I think you'll all agree. They all hate me as they disappear off into the woodlands. They do that. They have to keep away from the manatee sometimes. The manatees are, of course, loving herbivorous creatures, but they will flop about when they end up on land. And we have had a couple of crushed egrets in the past, flattened like proverbial pancakes. So if you stuck to the truck tour, you've followed this path right here, and that will take you through to our next habitat. Now, we're getting a little bit dangerous here, so please keep your arms and legs inside the magical non-existent vehicle as we progress. I'm just going to swing over here, and in this habitat we have three separate animals, and we can see a couple of them over there. So first of all, we have the Archaeonophrimimus. Which one are you? I believe that's the Archaeonophrimimus, which is meant to represent a red ibis. We also have Gallimimuses somewhere. I'm not seeing those right now. I'm only seeing the ibis. Oh, is that a galley? That is the galley, and that's meant to represent a flamingo. We have two species of big red bird here in our Florida Everglades National Park, but not the only species we have in here. Look at that beautiful shot. We have, of course, the Dimetrodon, one of our few non-dinosaur creatures in the park, along with the Pteranodon. The Dimetrodon was modded. Now, what that means in the InGen community is that we had to purchase it from another park that has done extra genetic work that we weren't allowed to do. And these lovely Dimetrodons are here to represent snapping turtles. They're low to the ground, they've got a dark brown-green colouring, and those big, snapping, powerful, grrg kind of jaws. We thought they were a great version of a snapping turtle to add to our parks. Look at that jaw wibbling around. It's beautiful. Oh, hello. You're basically inside me. That's fun for the whole family. This is a PG-13 tour. Gosh darn it. Hence me saying gosh darn it. Anyways, if we swing around away from our Jurassic tour, we'll head down... Which way are we going to do this? We're going to do this way. Like I said, we'll stick to the order this was built. So we're going to head over one of our main bridges, cut some more people in half. And here we do have our Aviary. We're very proud of our Aviary. Our big project for the park took many tens of man hours. This thing, like 60 hours to build. I tell you, it was crazy. Just one dude, Steve. Steve built it. Steve's very talented. And in here we have a myriad of pteranodons. They're all the same species. They're all a stork of some description. But it is my first day, and if I'm totally honest, I've forgotten what species of stork they were meant to represent. Don't tell my boss, and don't tell Satsuma, and definitely don't tell Steve. Steve will be fuming. But there you go, a lovely view of our storks here. And if you want, you can go in, you can walk around the tunnels a little bit, and, you know, steal dinosaur eggs and get chucked into the water, and everyone will think you're dead, and you'll pop up at the end of the film, because we were too scared to kill anyone in the film who mattered. Anyways, so, there we go, lovely stuff. That's our aviary. If we hop back down here, you'll see this is our only residential, not residential, but our only commercial area. We tried to keep the capitalism to a minimum here in the Florida Everglades National Park, which I realise is incredibly ironic considering. And if you want to come and get, you know, a fries and a shake, you can do that. If you want to pop on some arcade games, maybe play that classic Jurassic Park arcade game. We have no idea what that's possibly based on. We're not that meta. And over here we have a Trader Joe's kind of, I pick up a gift shop kind of thing. And over here we have our restaurant. If you're not in a fries and shake kind of mood and you want something a little bit fancier, come in, get yourself a hard drink, get yourself some Bombay mix or something. I love Bombay mix. I don't know. If you want to drink, this is the place to be. Really, this is the only place in the entire park you can stock yourselves up a little bit. We actually have these magical doors as well. Just installed. They're called ghost doors, in that they look like doors and they keep the heat in, but you can just walk through them. Alternatively, everyone here is a ghost, because we killed them all in our magical helicopter. Either, whichever suits your head canon better. Let's move on, shall we? So, on the left, you can see here the aviary is plonked right in the middle of the waterways, and that waterway continues on down here and leads us to our next habitat. Again, with 4 different species of dinosaur, actually. So the Sintao here stands alone. Now the Sintao is actually a double part species. So the Sintao is meant to represent an adult white-tailed deer. But the Sintao is not alone in that. Elsewhere in the habitat, if we can find them... Can we find any blimmin' dinosaurs though? There we go. That is a homalocephale. Not to go with the... There you go, hello buddy. Not to go with the Synthosaurus, the homalocephale is actually here to represent the river otter, an animal often preyed upon, like the white-tailed deer, by the other animal. Oh, it's so cute. By the other animal present in this habitat. If we can find it. Ah, there is our other white-tailed deer. So the Dryosaurus is here to resemble a white-tailed deer fawn, you can see by that warm brown colouring, and the Synthosaurus is there to represent the white-tailed deer adult. So we've got 3 different species here of lovely, beautiful, cute herbivores. But man's got to eat. And, oh, hello, you're in the light, that's very cool, I like you. Ah, cute you are. Anyways, there is a hunter out there somewhere. There it is, stalking through the undergrowth. It's a Indoraptor, here to represent the Floridian Panther. And like I said, this is a melanistic version. There you go. Fun fact, I say fun fact, it's something most people know. I did not realise for a large swathe of my life that a black panther wasn't an animal. Like a black panther isn't a species of animal, but instead obviously a melanistic version of a animal from the Panthera grouping, genus, I was right. Okay, so I have to make sure. You may have seen me on my phone just then, checking Wikipedia, but that's again, don't tell my boss. And don't tell Steve. Steve's also my boss. Anyways, so the Floridian panther is actually known to hunt both river otter and the white-tailed deer. It is not the apex predator, however, of our Florida Everglades National Dinosaur Park. Try saying that drunk 5 times. We're going to have to go a little bit deeper into the park to find that, and also to some special habitats that we've built. So if we head a little bit further on, you'll see we've got another bridged walkthrough section over here. On the left, you can see our main Everglades area that we've already passed. On the right, however, we have a special treat. So let's swing into here. Have a little poke around. This is not the habitat I thought it was, but that's okay. In this habitat over here, we have 2 species. We have a Styracosaurus here to represent the wild boar. Now, funnily enough, in an area with panthers and crocodiles and even bigger creatures, as we'll see in a little bit, the wild boar, an invasive species, not endemic to the Everglades, actually kills more people than any other animal in the Everglades. It is the most dangerous animal in the entire state. Fun bonus fact, if you're into facts about people being eaten by animals, a lot of people say to me, Bojangles, I bet Florida has more animal-related deaths than any other state in the US because, you know, we got a lot of big spooky creatures. It's actually only 3rd in that statistic, and the winner, I'm gonna let you all take a second to guess. Did you get it right? The answer is actually Texas. Now, Texas, of course, is humongous and has a myriad of own terrifying species as well. They've got mountain lions, they've got bears, alligators, boars, spiders, sharks, snakes, of course, scorpions, blah, 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 blah. Lots of things to deal with over in Texas. Florida actually only makes it to 3rd position, also behind California. Fun facts. So, these are our wild boars anyway. The most deadly creature in Florida, but looking adorable. You can see here we've used a Styracosaurus because they've got a big old spike. And big old spikes everywhere, meant to resemble the tusks of a wild boar. We also have, however, in the same habitat, if I can swing Bada Bada around a little bit. Hello? We do have dinosaurs on our dinosaur tour. There we go, finally, bloody Nora. Here we also have velociraptors. Males and females. The males are the darker colour, as you can see here, with the red eyes, and the females here a little bit lighter in colour and striped. These are meant to represent snail kites, a type of predatory bird found in the Floridian Everglades. And we looked out a little bit with our choice of velociraptors, because the snail kite has quite strong gender dimorphism and does somewhat resemble both of these genders in terms of its colourings. The female is lighter and browner than the males, and the males are darker and often actually have red eyes. Very fortunate, very cool. So, away from that one, we're going to go and look at our special habitat now, I believe. If I remember where the blimmin' hell it is, it's over here. Now, we're big fans of the Everglades here at the Everglades National Park. I think that should be quite obvious, but we thought we'd branch out for just one habitat because the owner of the Everglades, this fantastic guy, BestInSlot, you should all go check out his channel. He's a genius, frankly. He decided he wanted to have an area dedicated to one of his favourite ecosystems on the planet, the Amazon, and the Amazon rainforest in particular. So that is what we're going to do in this little swing through here. Only 2 species are present, but it is the largest dinosaur, not the largest animal represented, but the largest dinosaur. Well, it could be the largest animal represented, it depends on your definition, but the largest dinosaur in the park. It shouldn't be that hard to spot one, but let's swing down the Amazon River basin we've built here. You can see here, dense, overgrown, shadowed. The trees are very close to the water's edge. There's foliage popping up. It's a very dense and claustrophobic environment. If we swing down here, hopefully we'll spot one soon. They are large and in charge, and yet I can't see one anywhere. Keep an eye out, folks. Keep those peepers peeled. Looking for a very, very large dinosaur. Or indeed a moderately large dinosaur. There are 2 species, of course, in this Amazonian habitat. And yet I can't find any of them. Let's swing around the back away from the river. Maybe they've wanted a break from the moistness. I don't blame them. It's exceptionally moist. Hear noises, but I don't see anything. Come on, Satsuma, I believe in you. Satsuma is the best pilot we have. Ah, there is one of our critters right there. This is the Herrerasaurus. We spooked it a little bit somehow in our magical invisible helicopter, but the Herrerasaurus. Oh, we have another one over here as well. Now, these Herrerasaurus come in a myriad of different colours. They're also prone to random bouts of sleepiness. There you go. Beautiful creatures. I think I really am scaring them all away. Prone to random bouts of spookiness, but the Herosaurus is here to represent the Crocodile Tegu. They're a little bit on the large side, but it had to represent them one to some description, and Crocodile Tegu is what we ended up on. But they come in a myriad of beautiful colours and patterns. As you can see, they've got a lovely, throaty, raspy noise. If they wanted to be in like a metal cover band, they could definitely pull it off. Staring through the maggot jaw. Anyways, I could not be in a metal cover band. There is our Apatosaurus. He is to represent the green anaconda. I know what you're thinking. It doesn't necessarily look like a green anaconda, but it's long and snaky in its neck, and it's got this beautiful reptilian look to it in the face, and the spikes, and the texturing, and the patterning, and everything just comes together to make a gorgeous, gorgeous creature. My personal favourite creature in the entire park right there. The green Apatosaurus and the green Apatoconda. There you go. Lovely stuff. The green Apatoconda. Oh, you took some work there, son. Let's cover you back in trees. Restore the ghost trees. Okay, we only have one more habitat left to go. I know that's very upsetting. We're going to swing Bada up here to the north end. One of our other large habitats. I want to point out my little circular bit here. If you're into circles, and who isn't? If you carry on walking on a walking tour, you'll get over here, and here you'll find our hovercrafts. The game, the building says they're called gyrospheres. Well, it's a typo. It means hovercraft. And here's our little waiting area here. So what you'll be able to do, it doesn't look like it, but just go with me here. This is basically, you know, when you get to a train track and the arm comes down and goes, and you have to wait for the train to cross. It's kind of the same idea. So when there's no gyrospheres, these open up and we can walk across. And it all connects into a lovely sort of curved shape, as you can see. We're very proud of the organic, natural feel of our park here. Now, within this habitat, we do have our apex predator for the park, as well as 3 other species. This is our biggest habitat in terms of variety of species, with 4 different species of dinosaur. Let's see if we can find some of them. Yes, there's one right there. So here are our Deinonychus, here to represent the American green tree frog, another invasive species to the Everglades, but one that we're kind of happy about with their adorable little fins. Roll with me on that one. The half tadpole, half frog. I kind of like, they half grew up and then kind of got bored and kind of stayed in this sort of halfway state. There is our lovely green tree frogs, and there is something else spotting all the species today. Yes, the Proceratosaurus is here to bring in the very nicely named yellow rat snake. And there you go, that is a perfect colouring for said snake, which are often in the wild either yellow or grey. So here with the Proceratosaurus we have a dinosaur that is both yellow and grey. Plus it kind of looks like a rat snake. It just has that look to it. And there, ladies and gentlemen, the apex predator, the zenith of our park, along with the anaconda, for me, is our Acrocanthosaurus. We actually have 3 of these big boys, these big, chunky boys, residing in the park. They are here to represent the black bear. Probably the biggest carnivore in the Florida Everglades, the apex predator, the king of kings, the chunk of chunks, the black bear. And the acro really does have that big boy, chunky. We're going to stick with the word chunky. Don't want to be offensive to our lovely acros. Look at it. I mean, I could see a bear doing that. I really could. The acro is a perfect version of the black bear. How are you feeling? Fantastic. And then our final creature. We have to end on the greatest creature humanity's ever known, the Struthiomimus, of course. And here we have the blue heron represented by the Struthiomimus, just adding a little bit of aviary goodness to our mixed habitat here at the end, which is, yeah. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the full tour. Took bloody ages. That is our Florida Everglades National Park. It's been a great honour touring with you today, Satsuma. Thank you, Satsuma. You're welcome, buddy. That's what Satsuma sounds like. No offense, Satsuma. Satsuma would like to thank you as well. Steve would also like to thank you for coming on the tour. We've had a lot of great fun. Now, the company, InGen, I'm going to come up with a company name, I think. InGen, so Steve, me and Satsuma are going to be moving on to a new park soon. We're going to be touring and building a brand new park. That's going to be a cryptid park. We're going to be picking dinosaurs that resemble myriad cryptids from all around the world. And each episode in that build, we're going to do a special vlog kind of thing, you know, where I show you the build as it happens. It's going to be very exciting. Each episode, we're also going to have some information and some deep dives into the world of those cryptids that we're representing. It should be really interesting stuff. The whole thing is going to be a big sort of tour that you go on, kind of in the style of the original Jurassic Park. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to break character completely now. If you're interested in that cryptid park, please do hit the subscribe button. We'll be starting that probably later on this week. Very excited about that one. We'll be taking lots of suggestions for cryptids you want to see, and which ones look like dinosaurs. A lot of them are going to be a stretch, let's be honest, but we should have some fun with it. And I'm really excited to just talk to you about cryptids for like 10 hours or something, basically. And I really hope you've enjoyed this park as well. I had a lot of fun with this one. I really like the sort of natural feel to it, and it's kind of got the central hub sort of area and the way it splays out. I think it's a really nice looking park, and when you do fly around in capture mode, you can get some beautiful viewpoints every now and again. I'm still tempted to do we might do it, like a scenes of the park, where we go around in capture mode and just capture really nice places in the park, basically nice shots and nice slow motion things and stuff like that, and without me talking over the top of it. But we'll see how we feel about that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks next time. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and this series. Cheers, much love as always. Bye bye.